One love, job bless. Fire Nelson here, and I'm here to talk to you about how to have a good day. So, having a good day isn't always as simple as it sounds. A lot of us get into many different situations and things throughout our day where it's really not even close to 100% good. But having a 100% good day is an actual real thing. It's not a fake thing. It's not when you get home, there's of course going to be dishes, or of course going to be this and that, or when you get to work, of course you're going to have this stress and this stress. No, you can have a 100% good day. Most of my days are at least 90%, I can say, good. And I still have tons of stuff I have to deal with throughout the day, just like any other person. But it's the way I look at it and the way I handle situations and how much gratitude I have for the opportunities that I do have, that kind of helps me manage through the day in a way that I'm not looking at it as a negative situation. And this is very important if you want to have a good day. You want to be able to look at your life from an outside perspective and recognize the blessings that you do have. Recognize how, much abundance of time and resources and ability to make money if you are able to, and ability to buy some good food that you want to buy, or go buy this clothing that you want to buy, or whatever you want to do. 9 times out of 10, most of us have the access, if we really wanted to, buy at least a single shirt or a single vegan item. Hopefully we have this ability, and we should be really just looking at the blessings that our day and even our job brings us, that we're able to spend our free time how we want to, how we are able to spend our freedom how we want to. Because unfortunately, of course, as long as we're working, we're still stuck in that slave loop. But we don't need to look at it as such a slavery, because just because you have the awareness that you may be a slave to a system, because you have to pay your bills, you have to pay rent, you have to, pay your car off, you have to buy all these groceries that are overpriced and pay for gas. Even though we may be aware that we're stuck in a slave system, it doesn't mean that we have to be a slave. We can be mentally and spiritually free and be working our way and out of this system now that we have this awareness. And it doesn't have to be like a thing where you're constantly worrying about working your way out of it. It's just a happy to be aware. And we realize that our days are just adding up to our more and more best self. This is when you start really having beautiful days, and you're waking up every day excited, because every single day is another step for you to become your best self. It's another day for you to grow, another day for you to read more of this book, to, make this smoothie you really been dying to make with some, well, not dying, but you've been living to make with some sea moss, Maybe you really wanted to go to the market and make this meal that you saw online, or you learned some cool new vegan, recipes, and you want to try these. Or it's the little things that add up about today and tomorrow, which hopefully comes for all of us. But it's these little things that add up that we have to have gratitude for, and this will bring you more happiness throughout the day. Is that gratitude for just the little things, even. Because even having, like I said, your favorite meal, or going out and buying this new clothing or whatever, and you get to wear it, the next day, this brings you excitement, it brings you joy, it brings you, whatever it brings you. But we have to be appreciative of this stuff, because yes, we don't want to be stuck in materialism. We don't want to be to that extreme, or overindulging, on outside things to make us feel good the next day. But It's even these small things like making like, oh, that watermelon's cut up for tomorrow. I can't wait to eat that. Or, like I said, you got this new shirt you can't wait to wear, and just wear it out. It's these little things that start to add up that help make each day brighter. It's because you know that you're going to learn something today online. You know that you're going to be able to practice some of these things that you're learning on my page. And that's another thing. If you want to have a good day, there's going to be lots of agitators trying to stop that, Not lots. Hopefully there's not lots in your life, but there's going to be some agitation trying to push its way to you. And you just have to be aware of these negative energies when they do come, because if not, you'll get sucked into it sometimes. So with our awareness, when these negative energies come, we just greet it with a smile, Just like scripture says, if someone slaps you on a cheek, give them the other cheek. So we have to greet this negativity with a smile, because that's how you counteract. Because you don't want to be negative, because that's when the explosion happens, You want to be in synchronicity, You want to be in harmony, and you don't want anybody to mess with your peace bubble. And instead of trying to be right or, tell them that they're wrong for doing this or defend yourself even, sometimes you just have to say, oh, okay, sorry about that, Sometimes our actions get misunderstood even when we're trying to do our best. And we just have to be accepting of that. We can't be fearful of this and think, oh, now I have to think about this and sit on this and be all angry about this person treating you like that. No, just let it go, because they didn't know and you didn't know. And you guys didn't realize that, that you were butting heads. Because at the end of the day, nobody is really trying to hate you. Nobody is really trying to come at you. It doesn't matter if they're out, if it's a person at work, doesn't matter if it's a person at home, doesn't matter if it's a person out in the middle of the street. They're just doing it because they don't know what is going on with their body, with their mental, with their spirit. Lots of people out here are just lost, So we can't take stuff so personally if we want to have a good day. This is a big, big lesson for us, is we can't take stuff personally if we want to have a good day. We have to let things come and go, flow. You want to be like in a water state where, things can come into this water, but they get just drifted off, But we're staying solid in our peace. We're a boulder in the middle of a stream, and things are just coming and going through us, So be that boulder and let things flow through you like water, like you just are enjoying the flow of life as it comes. Heavy or slow the stream is, you're just enjoying the process. And when you are able to kind of take that step back and that breath and be able to not put yourself so much into the situations and able to separate yourself and realize this isn't me, indulging into this situation. This is just an experience that I'm witnessing, It's not so much that your actual self that this is happening to. If you don't say any words, it's nothing that's happening, Like the other person might get angry if you don't say any words, but it's not actually your experience unless you put your energy into it. So don't put negative energy out, because you're just going to get more negative energy. And like I said, this is something that applies to all things in life, especially in the slave loop of 9 to 5s. So we want to not let people affect us and let things flow through us. And when we let things go, it's not in a, surrender in a bad way type of thing. No, it's in a surrender. I surrender to the Most High, to the faith, to I pray that they're gonna, find their peace. I pray that they know the truth, that we are all one, And when you start looking at people like this, where you have, empathy for them and what they're going through, because you can see it being dished out in different type of ways like this, like when people lash out at you, or you see that they're going through some type of disease or, sickness or something. It makes you see the bigger picture, that it's not so much about them trying to come at you or get you. It's they're just dealing with the situations, that how they know how to deal with it. So once we stop taking things so personally in our life, a lot of our days is going to be really easy at that point, especially mixed with the gratitude. It's just really being grateful in the moments that you have and what you do have and what you are experiencing. And even if it's simple as, reading a book or on your phone for a little bit or whatever it is being grateful for these things. We have to realize that there is so much to life once we open our eyes and really experience it. We can't just live in a type of lack or a type of fear of living our best life, our best self. So once you start doing these things, once you start applying these practices into your life, you're going to see a lot of difference in your days. You're going to have way more good days because you're not interacting with this negative energy anymore. You're keeping your peace. You're turning the other cheek. You're saying more positive things to people. You're more apologetic. You're more aware. You don't just react. You respond. Take a breath and then respond again. And you need to practice forgiveness. All these things are going to add up into a very, very just blissful day, because it's going to start to becoming a habit for you. It might be, a big effort at first, but eventually it'll be a habit to the point that you don't even have to think about it, and it just even flows with you. It's just a perfect stream right out of you, that you just know how to handle situations when they get out of hand. And then it's just a brush on the shoulder for you. So we don't have to live in these lives where we just always are scared of having a bad day, because we don't have to put ourselves so much in other people's negativity. We have to keep our own peace. And that means even what we have in our environment when it comes to what we are consuming in social media and TV and this and that. If you feel like you're having a bad day, if you wake up and feel you're having a bad day, maybe don't check your bank account if you're not getting the deposit today. Maybe don't check the stocks. We have to be aware of what we're doing when we're having these bad energies, because we don't want to do something that's going to multiply the bad day and it become a snowball. Be extra careful. Maybe getting out of bed, you don't stub your toe if you're kind of feeling like you're having a bad day or a bad week. Make sure that you got everything before you leave the house. Make sure you double check. We don't want to forget anything and be like, oh my, here it is. And if you do forget something, stay positive. Maybe it's a test for you to try living without this thing that you normally have every single day. Your coffee or your AirPods or your charger, whatever it is. So we have to just start looking at situations like this sometimes where we're like, oh, maybe this is just a perfect time to apply these techniques, these skills, these practices, of patience, of generosity, of forgiveness, of, awareness, and just be grateful for the blessings that come along from that, about that change in your life and about you flowing with the changes instead of resisting so much or trying to combat and control so much. When we let go of control, our life flows way easier. Control what you can control. Like if you can't do it and get it done, don't expect somebody else to do it. If they do it, that's awesome. But focus on what you can do and get done and get that done. Don't just sit around and expecting everybody else to do stuff. Those expectations are really put a damper on a day when you maybe get home and you expect this and this to be done by your kids or your husband or your wife or whatever, and you're like, why isn't this done? Why isn't this done? Why isn't it? Now you're putting your happiness on something else, on somebody else, or you're hoping your dog's gonna rip up your couch and this and that. Control your life, If you need to make changes in your life to lower your expectations, then do that. If you need to train your dogs, then you train them. You get a crate that covers your couch so you can leave. But don't just live life crazily. Don't just expect people to know what you want from them and be mind readers. Don't just expect when you get home your dog or cat or whatever is not going to rip up your couch. Train them. Train yourself to not expect so much from others, and then maybe you'll see that it just works out perfectly in the end, especially with faith and prayer. The dogs won't pee on the couch or rip up the couch because you have the awareness and you put a crate around it. Maybe someone will do the dishes because they just keep seeing you just do them without even asking. So it's the little things like that that build up into having the life that you want, because not only are you not looking outside for someone else to fix things, but you are being very, generous and forgiving when you see others do stuff that you are normally doing. You're more excited and happy and willing to say, wow, thank you, than you used to be, because you realize that they just made your day even better. And this is what happens when we start to really get in that even flow, and every single day just keeps getting better. So try these things if you want to have a good day. Good luck on your journey. I hope that you will have a blessed day today, and stay patient, stay forgiving, stay thankful, keep that generosity. And if you haven't, please subscribe, like, comment, share. I gotta enjoy my weekend, and I hope you have a beautiful weekend as well. One love.